My name is Arti. I'm the founder of Sustain Health. And I think whenever you kind of hear me come on social media, I'm always coming in the capacity of educating and empowering and making you understand more about wellness and the science behind it. But today is very different. I'm joined with two wonderful women, Jannat, who's a luxury and fashion consultant, and Sarah, who's our coach at Sustain Health. And today's conversation is really about just going into our journey. And it's not about evidence-based medicine. It's not about educating you on a certain topic, but it's really about kind of opening up the conversation and the floor in a very safe manner to talk about things that we don't really talk about, especially in the region, I feel like, as much as we should. Self-worth, body image, and far beyond what just meets the eye. And I think, Jannat, we're both grateful for you to be a part of the Sustain Health membership and to really be on your journey with us. And what I want to do is kind of unravel that journey a little bit, talk about what your kind of journey has been like, because we've both talked about it in person many years ago when we met, and we've realized, oh, actually, there's a lot of common ground that we've kind of all struggled with in terms of body image and kind of our relationship with food. So I kind of want to just go into depth with that. What's your kind of journey been like with body image? Because I think a lot of women don't know.
Body image is, I think, something that has been a very, very sticking topic with me. It started very, very young for me. I, like a lot of, South Asian girls, grew up not with the longest legs and the best body frame. And I decided to go into an industry that requires me to be, camera facing a lot and requires me to be online a lot. And with that territory comes a lot of do's and don'ts and advantages and disadvantages. I'm a 90s girl. I grew up, in the 90s. And I think for me, there was no concept of positive body image. There was just you're thin or fat. That didn't exist in brown families or I think anywhere in the world.
That's probably the first thing that's commented on, right?
Yeah, exactly. And I think, now today when you go into, like, for example, I was at Skims at Mall of the Emirates the other day and I saw the mannequins and I was like, this is so cool. Yeah. I'm like, it doesn't look like a skinny, perfect size zero model. Like I could see myself wearing this.
Yeah.
I think time has a lot to do with it as well. I grew up in a home where my mom has always been someone that's been a role model to me. Unluckily, I didn't get her metabolism or genes. I got my dad's. So, everything goes straight to the hips and goes straight to your butt, if I may say so. So I think growing up sort of not in the body that I have today, and then now being in the body I am today I feel like I'm two different people. I think from the age of, I would say, 10 to about 18 years old, so those 8 years of my life were very, very stressful. I had to always watch what I was eating. I had to always watch. I would look at the scale maybe 3 to 4 times a day sometimes. I never shopped at the kids section. I always shopped, from the women's section. My mom, she was this like perfect body, perfect frame. And she would be like, the day you can fit into my jeans, like my physique, like my jeans, like I will give you whatever it is you want. And so I think working towards those goals, would take a toll on me. And I would say, I'm just a 15-year-old who wants 3 cheeseburgers.
Like what I see is the parental influence and the influence that your mother has on like how you are as a woman, right? And that's always when I talk to my women who have like young daughters, I'm like, the biggest why you can have is actually changing your relationship with food, changing your relationship with yourself so that you can actually show those next generation what to do. Because I do think eventually we mean it from the best place, like your mom as well meant it from the bestest of her place in her heart.
Absolutely.
But then sometimes we don't realize that actually that can negatively impact your relationship with food, your wellness journey, your health journey, all of that. What's your story been like, and how has it kind of impacted how you also, I know you have those conversations with our members and our women as well.
I think what Jannat said, it starts, especially in a South Asian family, it starts from a very young age. Everybody, the first comment is usually on how you look and your weight. And if your mom is specific, and again, my mom has always been, she's looked great. And it was, well, if your mom looks like this, then, where is this coming from? But I think, again, it started at a very, very young age, always kind of chubby until got to about college. And that's when, you don't realize what PCOS is and you don't realize what thyroid is. And then everything just starts piling up. And I speak to a lot of our clients about this. Yo-yo dieting is what led me to a place where I wasn't happy because it's this whole concept of I'm going to sell you something, 7 days.
Quick
can do
fix.
this. And we kind of yearn for these quick fixes because you're just a kid that wants to do anything and everything. So I think it was that kind of led me to my heaviest. And then I started to go on my own journey, but I realized there was no magic switch. There is no, you cannot wish it into existence, but also that if you don't do it the right way, it'll catch up to you at some point. I think that was my biggest learning.
And I think women think is like, okay, when I go and I look a certain way after that, I'm going to feel my happiest, right? I think understanding and recognizing that is really important so that you can at least put in the tools and the tips to improve your relationship with food. That is really important. But then I go back and I think about it. And when I look at you and I think about, you know what, your journey looks quite amazing. Like you go for your Pilates, you get in your workout. How much of that is a highlight reel? And how much is kind of like, no, but you know, there are, and there are certain days where you still struggle with body image. And personally as well, I have also, been through this journey where I've reached a weight that has caused me to lose my period. I have put on that probably half my body weight in a period of 2 months and then been on this constant yo-yo, And I think what women don't realize is that journey is ongoing. So that is probably a phase of my life that happened 20 years ago. But then there will still be days where I wake up in the morning and I'm like, And in my head, I'm going to be like, do I need that quick fix? Should I try that quick fix? So it's constant and it's not something you ever really get rid of.
I think that's a really important point. That's something that you don't get rid of.
How do you think your mindset has shifted like over the last few months when you think about body image or you think about your wellness journey and the empowerment behind it?
It's very ironic to say, but well, it's not very ironic, but not everything you see online is true. Yes, of course, I try and keep it as authentic as I can on my Instagram page. I think the minute I hit my 30s, I realized that if I'm not being true to who I am, I would not follow me online or offline. I always think I'm a consultant. I studied marketing and branding. So I think from a very branding expert point of view, like for me, it's like if I don't go into that store and buy that product, why would someone else? I chose, when I hit my 30s, I wouldn't even say 30s, I would say maybe just 2 years ago, where I said, if this doesn't align with who I'm becoming, I just don't want it in my life. But at the same time, the relationship with food for me has been something that, it's almost like taboo for myself. It's almost like something where I don't want to speak about it. I mean, Sarah is my angel. You are my angel. Like two people that I, vent to about this. I still struggle with my body. And I don't think I'm in a place where I feel like I don't look the way I would like to look. I'm very comfortable in my skin. I'm very happy with, because I know I put in the work. So I'm not hard on myself when it comes to like, for example, if I work out for 2 months, day and night, and I'm strict with my diet and I'm good, and then I'm on holiday for about 10 days or 12 days, I don't give myself crap about it. I don't beat myself up about it because I know that I'm putting in the work. And if I'm walking 20K steps a day on holiday, which is possible, then I'm okay. And walking is the best fat burning cardio workout that you can do, and it's for free. So I think the more intense relationship for me with food is to do with thinking that I think it's guilt. I think it's I will eat this even though I have worked out, and it's almost like my body's saying to me, but did you work out enough to really
and that's
eat
where
that meal?
Something is still there, right? Something clearly is an issue there when you're like trying to use exercise as a way to get rid of food, because that's never gonna be the case. And I think when we go back to that, I feel like, do you feel like women in your industry, because obviously the industry is so aesthetically kind of forward, do you feel like you see certain elements of that coming through on a day-to-day basis and you're like, hey, I wish that person had help?
Yeah, I mean, that's why I came to you guys. I've been in the, sort of creative fashion industry for, I would say, about 15 years. And then I realized that, I'm not made for this life. I like being behind the scenes. I like the consulting and the branding part of it. And then when I started realizing how I would see certain personalities face the camera, I would think about how when I was in their position, how I would be, it was completely different. Because when I was growing up, I think for me, I was like, no, my side, my arms are looking big from the side, cut that out, like make sure that it's only left facing and not right facing. The angles of the camera, make sure that my chin looks a certain way, and I wish that there was a way for them to, sometimes be like, it's okay if this isn't filtered. It's okay if this isn't airbrushed. You don't look like that in real life. And your family, your friends, the people that work with you on a daily basis know that you're killing yourself to look a certain way. If it's not making me feel completely nourished, and I mean like mind, body, soul nourished, then I'm not going to do it. I can't do it because I'm turning 35 next week, and it's a scary thing to think about, especially, I haven't had kids yet. I'm thinking about all those things, as you know, and there's so many times in my day where I think to myself, it's okay if you didn't work out today. It's fine. It's really okay.
Give yourself that permission. I think we see it a lot, right? And I think especially with the region that we're in, there's so much to be said about the wellness world. And while it's amazing because we have access to those tools, there's still sometimes too much. I feel like this year has been more overwhelmed for women.
Yes, I agree.
Compared to being at peace, because you have all these tools around, right? Whether it's your sauna, your Pilates, red light, your Ligri, your different forms. Now we're like having to work out in a specific temperature, in a specific light, with a specific mood, on a specific machine, and it's just a lot. Like it's a lot for some people. And then you actually go back to the drawing board, and sometimes I do this with women. They're like, oh, but that's quite simple. And I'm like, you know what? Sometimes we just need to fix the foundation, and we just need to keep it simple. I think it's not even in like the movement section or like the stress regulation section or the nervous system regulation sections. It is the basic of your every single day. How are you sleeping? How are you waking up? How are you stressing? What is your morning routine like? And that is kind of what I think we kind of help build that base with. And I'm like, you don't need to be injecting yourself with 10 things and having a 20-step routine. And you don't need this like powder to, be able to do X, Y, and Z.
We forget that by doing what we're doing, we should feel good. It shouldn't feel stressful. You see it so many times. Women come in and they're like, well, I have kids and you have kids. Why do you look like that? she was, and it's like,
but blessed.
But you can't look at someone and say, I want to look like you. It's not a one size fits all, which is so important. And I realized this very young on, like I can't look at something and say, I will look like that if I do X, Y, Z. I'm going to follow your routine. You have to build your own routine. You have to know your own body, your baseline.
And also realize it takes time, right? You've been on your journey for years. I've been on my journey for years. What women don't realize is that they come on and in 4 weeks they're like, oh, where are the results? Like, where am I? I'm like, hey, listen, right now, you don't need to say
this, but this ain't Ozempic, babes. Sorry.
It's true.
It's true. Just pop in. It doesn't work like that.
And those effects reverse that. You gotta stop that, right? So it's like, you got to put in the work to be able to kind of recognize the benefits. I always tell like women, like, if I met you 10 years ago, and I just wish that more moms listen to this, because you can't imagine how much what you're saying to your daughter and what you're saying to yourself, how it impacts and influences 100% them, their psyche, their body image, their relationship with their self, their relationship with food, their relationship with their peers around them. Like, I really, really do think that there's a lot to be said for what happens in your adolescent years, is how that trajectory really goes the rest of your life. I see women who come to me in their 60s. And their struggles with body image actually started because someone within their family has said something to them when they were 11, and that's stuck with them. And I think
that's how I started.
With our South Asian culture, with like the culture that we live in, the first thing people comment on is how big or small you've become. If you've become too big, it's a problem. If you've become too small, it's a problem. If you're eating too much, it's, oh wow, you've got a good appetite. If you're eating too little, it's like, what's wrong with you? Why are you not eating?
Are you anorexic?
And then it's also, what's the color of your skin? Which is like, now I basically, hey, I live in Dubai, like I'm going to be sunburned the rest of my life. So I do think like culturally as well, there's a massive, massive influence within our wellness journeys. And I think we kind of have to start understanding that, adopting that, and dealing with that to another level.
Just going back to, I wish more moms spoke to their daughters in certain ways. I think I always, growing up, I would blame my mom a lot for, you didn't allow me to eat this, and you didn't make me, I wanted a chocolate cake, but you told me I couldn't have the chocolate cake. And, she's probably listening to this at some point, but please listen. But what I mean is when I lost all that weight, and when I was, I think 17, it was my last year of high school, and I was just about to go to university, and I was like, I gotta go to London looking like Serena from Gossip Girl, like I want to listen, and I want to. So I think I will say thank you for pushing me. Thank you for, I think brown parents are always hard on us, right? I mean, there is no gray area. It's black or white. You can't pick your mood for the day. Like, we're not the Gen Z gen. Like, we can't be like, my mental health is suffering today, and like, I need like 2 hours off. So we had it tough, but I am grateful. However, I wish, like you're saying, that at least given the tools and technology and the information we have available and the sources we have available today, I hope that more people make use of this, because I know now that I'm in my mid-30s and I still on a daily basis sometimes think to myself, should I eat an extra roti at dinner?
Yeah. And this where we go back, and I keep telling you this, I'm like, are you hungry?
Yeah.
And we're like, oh, what's hunger?
Yeah.
That's such a basic thing we're all born with, right? But because of social media, because of marketing, because of, these apps that we go on and we can see food 24/7, we've kind of lost that ability to understand, how am I supposed to eat for myself? Or am I even hungry when I'm eating? So women will ask us like, can I eat more of this? I'm like, I don't know. Are you hungry for more of this?
It's a normal question.
Should I do this or should I not do this? And I'm like, the only thing that will stay consistent with you wherever you are in your life is your ability to understand hunger. So stick with that.
Which is
understand
what we've been working on.
If you're feeling like, oh, I don't want more of this today, and I'm understanding it goes back to whenever you tell them, listen to your body for a second, just stop, because we're so used to these cookie cutter plans. This much of this, this much of this, this much of this. And
portion controlling.
Exactly. Or if you've only given me this much, that's all I'm going to eat. But maybe I don't even want all of that today. Maybe today I don't feel like having lunch.
And maybe you're at that point in your cycle where you do need it. And maybe you require that extra fuel.
And maybe you just want to eat like something sweet the entire day.
Which is fine.
And you don't want protein.
So many times I'll see Dr. Aarti, like she'll be sitting there, if somebody will come in and say, I'm going on holiday, and she was like, okay, we've done great. Go enjoy your holiday. Like, just give yourself some grace to go and enjoy some time, because life is not supposed to be a blueprint.
I mean, I have days where I come into when Sarah and I have our weekly
forget
meets.
that doctors are humans too.
I mean, if I told you what I eat, like, I genuinely don't think you're going to be impressed or really want to know this. Sometimes my family is like, I don't get it. Do you not practice what you preach? And I'm like, I could do Cola Zero every day. I could do Nutella every day. But like some days you'll come in, like we'll come in and we'll have our weekly meeting, and I'll be there sitting eating like a brownie, a muffin, and a coffee. I'm like, you know what? Some days I just want it and I need it. And so like everyone looks at me and they're like, oh, really? Like that's what you can do? And I'm like, why is there judgment around? There's like this morality around food that people think that there needs to be, right? There is no good or bad. Yes, some foods are less nutritious than others. Some foods will make you feel more energetic than others. Do I feel like rubbish when I have the muffin? Yeah, I do. Is it a conscious decision that I'm making to have? Yeah. Okay. So we're okay with that. Like, on the day that I'm having the muffin, I know I'm going to be hungry sooner. I know my energy is going to crash sooner. But I really, 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 really want it at that point in time. So I'm going to have it. And I think we need to kind of teach women or build that empowerment with women for them to be able to understand that there is no right or wrong within this, right? And I think that's really, really important.
Like people will ask, do you drink coffee? Or like they'll be like, would you? And we're like, we do. We sit there and sometimes on days we'll have 2 coffees each.
I like when women research. I like when they understand.
I don't even remember what I sent you. Was it a nice recipe that I've forgotten about?
No, it's like the use of kefir for bloating, etc., etc. So I love being sent these viral videos because I'm like, I can actually do the research behind it, understand, does it work, does it not work, how much of this is actually true, and we kind of build on that, right? I think that's what's really important.
Just to touch on this viral video TikTok trend before we forget, the thing is, I'll speak specifically from experience. I strength trained train twice a week and I do Pilates 3 times a week, which means in a 7-day week. And I'm sure a lot of people that are listening to this might have a similar schedule. So if this resonates, I hope it can help. In the 2 days or maybe sometimes a 4-day Pilates week, on the days where I'm strength training, automatically I feel like my appetite increases.
Yeah, 100%.
Because you're lifting heavy. And so then, when you have a personal trainer, will always say, I hope you're getting enough protein today.
Yeah.
And that's another thing that I feel like, women suddenly are increasing their protein intake. And I don't think I've ever eaten this much protein in the past 6 months that I have in my entire, life of being alive on this earth. And I think all of a sudden this stress and pressure of it's okay if you're missing out A, B, C food group, but protein. Protein has to be part of every meal. So now
I want to challenge that a little bit. And I feel like we've become a bit protein obsessed. And I always tell women, I'm like, but where's your fiber? Where are your healthy fats? Where are we going on that? And what women are not realizing is that sometimes they're doing barely any veg in the day. And they're just loading up from protein. And I'm like, and then they're like, I'm bloated, I don't feel good, I feel lethargic. And I'm like, hey, just go back to the basics. And this is where, again, these viral trends just tend to cause people to just derail completely, and you forget about the basics. Like when we look at the evidence base behind actual foods and we think about, okay, what way of eating is actually going to help to, number one, improve my health, reduce my risk of developing chronic disease, and improve with longevity. And what we've done is we've gone and reversed that, and we've just been like, hey, let's put protein.
We've made it the caveman diet.
And we don't necessarily need that, And I think you don't realize that everyone's body also just functions very differently. Like some people cannot handle that much protein. You actually have to go a little bit lower on fiber, or you have to go higher on fiber. And everyone's very different in that way. So I think you kind of do have to find what works well for you.
Another thing that I wanted to, maybe ask you also, since we're already at you, since you're my SOS, in a normal day, and especially when you're on your routine, like Monday to Friday, now it's not Saturday, it's not cheese manakish time yet. I mean, I know that on a Monday morning, I will be like, I'm going to ace this week and I'm going to make sure that I'm eating well, and morning, evening, afternoon, my meals are going to be clean. And now what started happening is I'm looking for protein in the smallest of snacks as well. We have this influx at every supermarket in town of now there's a protein section where you have protein peanut butter bites, protein powder, protein flour. If it doesn't have a protein label on the packet, I feel like people are like, oh, what's this going to do for me?
Because if you are consuming a diet that is whole in foods, very rarely are you going to need that bar that you see within that shelf, know? I think those are fantastic for a quick fix. Hey, don't have time today, or I'm on the go, or I'm traveling. But as an everyday, you honestly don't require it. I think that's something that we do need people to kind of understand.
But Aarti, I feel like a lot of us also, I'm speaking on behalf of all of us, we're always on the go, right? We're always on the go. We always have somewhere to be. You have clients, I have clients. At least during the daytime, I don't think anyone really puts down a time for lunch. I think lunch is almost like I'll eat it whilst I'm doing emails, or it's not that you're dedicating that time, 20 minutes out of my day. I'm going to concentrate on my meal, on my chewing, on the way I'm digesting. How do girls, I go through it every day, and
I would still try and make the time for it, no matter how busy I am, honestly. And I think you're really good at kind of telling people to do that and make that time for it. But the way that we plan, I think it's the planning. I don't think, oh my God, I'm going to, again, put an evil eye at the end of this. But
please.
I don't think I've had a packeted protein source in a period of 4 months.
That's amazing.
And I feel like, did I used to before? Yes. But I kind of shifted my mindset around. I'm like, you know what? It's very easy for me to get in the protein through my everyday if I just plan. And I'm able to do it.
Yeah. But that's what we do with our clients as well. We look at we always go tell me how your schedule is.
Yeah.
Are you somebody that needs to batch prep?
Yeah.
Are you somebody that needs these really, really quick, just, fiber dense salad pots? You can make time for it. And again, it goes back to your body thanks you, your skin thanks you, you really feel a difference. And when you start eating in tune with your body, that's when you realize that the day I have something that honestly I just know is going to either spike my sugar or not make me feel great, I feel it instantly. I feel the brain fog, I feel the crash, and you just remember, I don't like how that felt.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. I think And that's why I said routine, right? Because we're not on holiday 24/7. And I think everyone has a separate brain and stomach when you're on holiday, because suddenly everything that's not good for you tastes delicious.
And
you
that's
want
where we have to go back to
Yeah.
that balance and that question that you had about Monday to Friday, right?
Yeah.
And my weekends look very different.
Yeah.
I always tell women, if your weekends look similar to your weekdays, that's when you know you're winning.
Yeah.
If your holidays look similar to your non-holiday days,
Yeah.
that's when you know you're winning.
Yeah.
It's this whole, I'm going to be super, super good and then kind of get thrown off completely.
Yeah.
That's where you know you're going in this back and forth of like,
Yeah.
what I'm doing in my everyday is not sustainable.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
I
what,
remember you said that to me as well. You were like, even on a Tuesday, if you want to have a cheese quiche, eat it.
Yeah.
And now I've started implementing that. And some days I'll feel like, you know what, I don't want to eat like a super clean, protein heavy dinner.
But also your then relationship with food, right? Because that's where exactly what you said right now. Like you start developing this relationship with food, which is that this is good. A salad is good.
Yeah.
But if I'm having dal and sabzi and roti, that I've been told is not great for me.
And it's fattening.
We've attached these labels,
And
and
Like you're
I think we
having
need to get
3
rid of those
rotis, and now there's different sources of grains that are used to
Yeah.
make these things. So when someone, in my family would maybe order a healthier roti, and I'm like, I'll just have mine with ghee.
Yeah.
I'm like, am I the bad person? Am I the bad eater over here? Like,
If you could change one thing about the way in which, and this is not even for you, I think this is just generally when we talk about South Asian households and we talk about how kids grew up within that household, what do you think would have been one game changer for you
growing up or now?
growing up?
I wish I was not put under so much pressure to look a certain way at that age that I was at, because knowing who I am today, I'm very hard on myself. And if I start slacking, I'm the first person to kick my own butt. Like I said, I appreciate everything that, my parents have done for me, but I feel like I wish I was guided a little softly with a little more TLC in terms of, it's okay. I want you to finish your food, but I don't want you to feel like if you eat that extra, if you have that extra helping, it's going to go straight to your hips. And that's, I think, something that is still, it's crazy. I never said this out loud, but I still, this morning when I was coming here, I was like, it's a podcast, I have to be on camera. I haven't done a podcast in a long time. I want to wear something loose and flowy. I don't want to wear even though it's summer and it's like 45 degrees. And I think till date, that still stays in my head. Yeah. When I'm at the gym, when I'm at Pilates, you see all these cute girls in their sports bras and their cute outfits. And I'm like, I want to wear my full sleeve jacket. I still think about my arms. I have this thing with my arms and it doesn't go away. And every girlfriend, in my life, my best friend especially, she'll be like, if you complain about looking a certain way, and I'm like, but that's the way I feel.
Yeah. It's not related to the number on the scale or the way I look. It's about an internal insecurity or internal.
And I think men as well, right?
Like I think a lot of women obsess about those last 3 kilos on the scale, those last 2 kilos on the scale. Does anyone on the outside really understand what those 2 or 3 kilos looks like? They don't. And is anyone going to remember you for, Jannat, oh my God, you used to weigh this much on the scale and you used to wear this size clothes? No. People don't remember that. What are they going to think? Oh, this woman was dynamic. She was like a go-getter. She was, that's what they're going to remember. So I think when we think about body image and all of that, I kind of wish someone told me that, your self-worth is not that number on the weighing scale, because I've also not admitted this, but I will step on the weighing scale a few times a week and be like, oh no, it's up or it's down. And it is something that I still struggle with on a daily basis. And then I kind of have to be like, look, Aarti, you do this work with women every single day. Why are you not able to translate it into for yourself?
But it's a process.
And it's a process that just keeps kind of happening, not happening. And I think the comments do make a difference. I think we need to stop commenting on weight and we need to stop commenting on appearance.
And not constantly I think as a kid, you see everybody around you on a diet, before a wedding, before an event, before it's these quick ones, here's a 7-day meal plan. And actually one of our clients recently said to me, she was like, I want to eat what my kids eat at the table because I don't want my kids to remember mom used to eat that, or mom can only eat that and I can eat that. So I do think the shift is finally happening.
That's amazing.
Yeah, we have a long way to go.
But I think that shift is probably one of the most promising things that we can do as women for our kids. I think it's super, super important.
I think also what you said about the weighing scale thing, I do that too. And I don't admit it, but admitting a lot of things today. But I mean, I think there's a certain number that's always in every individual's head, right? You want to step onto that weighing scale, and before you can like look down, you're like, please be that number, please be that number. And I have been doing that every day for the past, I would say, 6 months now, you know, and when that number is even like 0.5 grams above or below, I'm like, I slacked. I slacked.
It stays in your head.
And then you do everything in your power through your week, through your day to make sure. And I think now, thanks to the two of you, you know, I am in a place now where I've said to myself, no matter what's on that weighing scale, I know that Aarti and Zara both have said to me that I need to enjoy my food. I need to like better my relationship with food. And that number is not going to do me good in the long run. You know, 100%. I don't need to worry.
100%. Amazing. Honestly, I can't tell you how grateful I am for having this conversation.
Likewise.
Because I really do feel like, you know, when you talk about you showing up to that gym on a day where you don't feel 100% confident, and you look at all these girls who feel like they're in a fit toned body, I probably guarantee you 7 out of 10 of those girls are probably also struggling with something really, really deep. And I think when anyone, like a big takeaway from today is when anyone goes on any form of a wellness journey, look beyond the aesthetics and look beyond the appearance. And I'm so grateful that you're able to do that, you know, and you're really coming to this point of view of how do I improve my relationship with food? How do I make sure that I'm not basing my self-worth and my value and the mood of the day depending on that number on the weighing scale? And I think it really brings to light that like not everyone's journey is the way that it looks, you know, it's really like what you see on social media is a highlight reel. Like
100%. Everything is a highlight reel. And I do this for a living. I mean, everything is edited a million times. But I think, you know, it's so important for girls our age, women, young moms to be people trying to conceive. I think having a support system, like I am so grateful to have the two of you, because I think before I even had this conversation with you and then Sarah, I was just not able to understand what was going wrong, you know, and I think it's such a mental block. And
really holding up that mirror and being like, you know what, today I'm going to challenge you. Are you the one who's going wrong? Like, am I the one who's putting myself in this position when I don't need to be? Look at what your everyday is like. Are you really, really kind of on the path that is most honest and true to yourself? I think that's where we have to get to.
100%.
Yeah.